I have two reactions. People either totally ignore me, or they'll, come up and ask questions. But most of them just stare. They don't know what to make of it.
Do you wonder why people stare at you?
I can understand.
Could you stand, please?
Sure.
All right, yeah, get your wire there. Now take a look. You've got to.
Yeah, Pat's wearing a lot of what is considered to be most contemporary American style.
Contemporary American style?
Well, there's a lot of things happening. There's a realism, and there's a whole movement toward abstract tribal movement in tattooing. But Pat is wearing something that relates to realism.
I love your parrots.
Thank you. Shotzi has done all my work. It's taken 9 years.
9 years. I understand that your goal is to have no part of your body...
Well, my hands, of course, I won't tattoo, or my neck or control office, and I also sell memberships at a local YMCA. So I deal with the public quite a bit.
Now, does it go beyond the bathing suit where we can't see?
Yeah, it's just so far up this way.
Okay. What else? Is that
it's all
squid?
Sea life.
Oh,
yeah,
sea life. How nice. An environmental theme.
Yeah.
Very nice. And here, Save the Indian?
This is all American Indian, Northwest Coast American Indian, and this is all continution of...
Well, most of the Aboriginal cultures, most of the American Indian cultures in America were tattooed, and they believe a lot of the Asians coming across the Bering Straits brought tattooing along with them to America.
Chief Joseph.
Quite extraordinary. Why? Why did you do that?
I started 9 years ago with a small one. It was just something that maybe I always wanted to do. And I found once I got that small one, and then I saw magazines with just this beautiful artwork, and I haven't stopped yet.
Really?
Yes.
God. Oh, look at this lady. Here, stand. Look at this. Come on now. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Quite something. And your name?
My name is Donna.
Donna, do you get quite a few people staring at the beach, or?
Well, last summer was the first summer that I was really on the beach with all this. Last summer was the first summer with all these tattoos at the beach, and it was pretty funny.
And what was the typical response?
A lot of people, it was actually very positive, because a lot of people would come up and they say, oh, wow, look at my tattoo, do you see this, where'd you get yours? And it's very social.
Does that say something that don't reveal the word if it does?
Actually, no, there are no words.
Oh, okay.
This is a Tibetan lotus, so it has spiritual significance. It's on the heart chakra. It reveals the path of 7, so.
What does your mom say?
My mother doesn't like tattoos. They're a mutilation. She hopes I won't get any more, but I probably will.
Oh, my God. Okay, Danny, why don't you describe what you're going to be doing to Jane or with Jane?
Well, this is Janet, and I'm going to be putting a skull on her. I'm going to start by putting a stencil on her that I made from a drawing that I did earlier this morning. And when you put a tattoo on, you distort the image by stretching the skin.
Oh, wait, Janet, before he goes on, aren't you frightened that he's going to hurt you with this needle he's about to stick in you?
Not at all. Not at all.
Now, don't tattoos hurt? I mean, they hurt when I got my 2 little ones.
I would call it more of an annoyance than an out-and-out pain. I don't find it to be pain, Right. They're just real annoying.
And you really want a skull tattoo put on your body?
Well, let me tell you, everybody wants a skull from Danny, because Geraldo, Danny's skull's a legendary, and you crave Danny's skull.
Really? God.
Oh, yeah. I tell you.
I think I'll just run out there and get me one of those.
Ain't that great?
Well, that's, okay, now, all right, you're putting the stencil on now, Danny. Mike, do we want to go to commercial now, or do we want to actually see the first incision? Now, Danny, you're going to do the stencil first, right? Will you not do the needle until we come back?
I'll wait for you. Sure.
Okay, wait, because we've got to take a commercial break. Then we'll come back to Bridgeport and here in New York, because we're talking about body piercing. Who has the? Oh, before we go to commercial, look at Philip. Look at Philip. Philip has. Look at his chest there, Philip. Yeah, let's take a look. Come on, that's it. Now, Philip, couldn't you get the clip-on kind of earrings? Did you have to go? I mean, what if you're climbing a fence and you get snagged or something? We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Body and tattooing and piercing. We got the whole thing here today.
American Business Institute has the latest computers, so I'm learning faster.
In our Computer Office Specialist program, you get hands-on training.
Talk about great training.
Now I'm a computer operator.
Word processor.
And financial aid is available if you qualify. Get the skills you need. Call American Business Institute today, 997-0880.
If you've been hurt by anything.
Some of the, I don't know, what, do some people, I mean, I remember when I got mine. Frankly, I was in the Merchant Marine, 17 years old. I got an anchor put on my right arm. I was in the Merchant Marine, and quite frankly, I had consumed most of a bottle of Cuervo Gold to get up the nerve to do it. And, I mean, don't most people do it on a lark, on a whim?
No, absolutely not. I mean, there are lots of people who do claim that this is a, gee, I just decided to get a tattoo, but that's been brewing for a long time in their consciousness. I think there is a link that holds people together who get tattooed, and the first tattoo especially, and I think this might even hold true for yourself, people come in to get tattooed when they're in a time of transition in their lives. We don't have very many opportunities to express these major transitions, and tattooing offers an opportunity for people to kind of let the outside world know that they've gone through some major change.
Well, I agree, and that absolutely fits in my life, too. It was a period of dramatic transition, both the tattoos I got. But the problem is it was a moment, a transitory moment. The tattoo, however, is much more permanent than the notion of the moment. I don't want to debate that a whole lot. We'll talk about how you can get them taken off as you can this day. But I want Danny and Janet to proceed there in Bridgeport with what he's doing and take a good close look at what it's about before you consider doing it yourself. Now, what's that buzzing noise?
The buzzing is the tattoo machine. This is an electrically run machine. The needle goes in and out of the tube, and it pushes the ink under the skin. I'm going to start the tattoo.
So isn't it well, don't talk if it'll distract you, Danny, but isn't it a needle?
I can talk.
Isn't it a needle? Aren't you sticking a needle in there?
Yes.
Now, is that a new needle? I mean, what if someone had some vile disease or something
These are better
contagious?
than new needles. These are sterilized needles.
Oh, so you get it,
packs.
So it's a new
individual.
A new needle every time.
Every time.
Okay, Janet, are you in pain yet?
Not yet.
All
No,
right.
I don't anticipate being in pain.
All right, scream if Danny's skull hurts. Oh,
No, they just don't, Geraldo. I'm sorry, you know.
All right. Now, that's an interesting design of a skull there. Now, how will the girls in the Canasta Club like that?
Who cares? I don't hang out with those girls.
Okay. I want to go back as, you don't have to, Jim Bob, you don't have to shift back to Philip if you don't want to, if you can stay on the tattoo, but Philip, the man with the pierced breasts, I guess, nipples, is there any other parts of your body that's pierced?
Oh, yes. My genitals.
Your genitals. Do you mean genitals as describing an area or more than one piercing?
There's a ring in my...
Oh.
And there's one in my...
Oh, in your...
Yes.
What's that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I guess don't describe it.
You didn't pay attention in anatomy class.
If they care, they can look it up in Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, you're funky.
Richard, you are branded?
I'm branded.
Why in the world are you branded?
I'm branded. I'm a member of a national black fraternity called Kappa Alpha Psi, named Kappa Alpha Psi. It was founded in 1911, and when I was in college, I went to St. John's University. In my sophomore year, I decided to make a pledge to this fraternity. And the branding is more a traditional, ritualistic type of ceremony.
Of craziness, of absolute lunacy.
I don't think so. I don't think so. This is some...
In slavery days, the white master used to brand blacks as though they were cattle. So why would you do that to yourself now?
Also, the African tribes used to cut and mark themselves as a belonging to a certain tribe also, as a beautification. I belong to this fraternity. I'm very proud of this fraternity, and I didn't mind marking my body to show that I am a part of this fraternity.
Well, I agree. I also have the brand. This is an Omega. It's not...
Wait, I don't think they saw it. Did you see his... It's the Greek letter Omega.
It's not akin to the marking of property. This is something you do to yourself. It's much more like the scarification rituals.
Well, what do you do in life now?
I work for the New York Times. I'm a copy person in the newsroom at the New York Times.
Listen, who am I to judge? That's right. I don't know how the New York Times can handle it, though, but here. Where's Lenny? Come back. Take a good close look at this one. The omega is fairly subtle. This is outrageous, and it's all raised up, and it looks like it's a lot.
Well, what it is, it's a burning.
What do you do in life?
I'm his boss at the New York Times.
This is the New York Times, the conservative newspaper on 43rd Street. You got all these wild men running around branding themselves. You got any pierced nipples over there at the New York Times? That is wild. What do they say about it at the Times?
Well, it's not something that I reveal. I go around the newsroom wearing tank top shirts. Not everybody understands the brand, what it signifies, what it means. It won't mean the same thing to you as it means to me. You may look at it and say, wow, how could you burn yourself, or how could you scar yourself like that?
Let me ask a black woman, what do you? Here, stand up, you two. Stand up, three. Huh. Well, what do you think?
Well, I'm a member of a sorority, and we don't brand ourselves, but my husband is a member of his fraternity, and he did brand himself, and I don't understand it. I mean, I could understand from his point of view, but I couldn't have done it to myself.
What do you think?
I don't know. I have no thoughts on it.
Well, one thing, at least you know what fraternity you belong to.
Well, it's against my faith to mark yourself in that way, but I mean, it's like people ask me about getting my nose pierced, but that's part of my culture.
Wow, so there's
something that you wouldn't really
culture,
there's to understand.
But there's definitely an Old Testament prohibition against it. I mean, I guess you're not Jewish, but...
Well, the specific Old Testament reference in Leviticus actually says that you shouldn't mark your body in reference to the dead. And that's actually, by theologians, has been explained to be a ban against a cult of the dead during the time of Jesus. So there isn't a specific ban, but in the Talmud, there is references to not being marked or making references to icons or religious icons.
Danny, are you done?
Oh, we've got the outline done on Janice, and I'm going to start shading it in.
Is it going to be? It's going to be a colorful skull?
No, this is a black tattoo. Skulls aren't generally done in color.
Okay, and Janet, how do you like it so far?
I'm loving it.
You love it.
It's
and
a
what
beautiful
others do you...
addition to my collection.
What others do you have? Let's see your right arm.
That the tattoo isn't bleeding at all.
Well, here's the one that you liked last time, Geraldo.
Oh, that's right. What program was that?
Biker Chicks.
Biker Chicks. Biker Chicks. There's a... I do. I love it. It goes right with your Harley. Where's your Harley? Is it parked outside? But it's not just Biker Chicks, folks. You know, look at some of the ladies. Look at Lori. Lori called our 900 number. What do you do for a living? You work in a jewelry company, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, there's Lori. Here's Eileen. Eileen, very conservative, works in a very conservative office environment, right?
Yes.
And Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hi.
You look so nice. Tony's was on our Sexy Grandmas show, as I recall, right? Okay, now they aren't biker chicks. Why did they get tattoos? How do they feel about them now? Why did they get their bodies pierced, if that's the case? They'll tell us. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Only two cats. Living in a world of frozen smiles, all the stuff in the latest style. You're there.
Tattoo with Bruce Dern. I want to read you some of the celebrities. Oh, wait, you got to see this. Come on. Let's go over to Larry. I got to show them this. This is my favorite tattoo of the day. I just saw her. I just happened to glance down. Turn around. Isn't that nice? Thanks, honey. Thank you. All right, here are some of the celebrities, some of the celebs that have tattoos. Bon Jovi, shows picture, Bon Jovi. Sean Penn. Tony Danza. Cher, of course, their widely heralded tattoo. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp has a tattoo. Billy Idol, we've seen Billy's. Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. George Shultz, the former Secretary of State. Charlie Sheen. George, you can't show George, Joe's on his fanny. And Jody Watley. Jody Watley. So, and, of course, this lady right here.
Hello.
Hi, is that a tattoo you have on your hand?
Yeah, it's just small ones, but I don't like to show them.
How come?
No, I want to know how these people, they can go out in public and not to feel shame to themselves, not to cover up.
Well, do you feel ashamed?
Myself, I can't even, except for in front of my husband, even my friends, I can't show mine.
Really? How old were you when you got them?
14.
Oh, why did you do it at 14?
I was just messed up, so I didn't know what to do. I was a kid.
And have you considered getting it removed?
Yeah, I'm going to remove it.
Well, maybe you should talk to our resident dermatologist here. We'll get into. I still don't want to talk yet. People can stay tuned if they want to learn from Gary Browner, the dermatologist, how to get removed with lasers. I want to go to Lori first, and let's play the 900 call. Lori called in our 1-900 Speak Up line. Here's what she had to say.
My name is Lori Delaney, and I'd like to see a show on people's big mistakes. I have tattoos on both arms that I cannot afford to have removed, and it's a mistake I made. As a recovering alcoholic and addict, I now regret. And I think it would be an interesting show to see something like that. Thank you.
Lori, you have 2 children.
Yes.
Now they obviously see your tattoos.
Yes.
I see one peeking out from under your sleeve, but you're reluctant to show us, are you?
You know, just like when that lady was talking about how can we
All
get
right,
up
hold the
here.
wrist right there. Let's just peek at that little wrist there, so you can get an idea
This one's
of.
better.
No, all right, there. Okay, and look at the other one. Look at the other one. Okay, so she's obviously got very substantial tattoos on both arms. And why did you do it?
You know, I'd like to say it was because I was young and dumb, but I think, you know, I have to be responsible, and I was 22 when I had it done.
Not too young. I mean...
Yeah, you know, and I think it's just a poor decision back then. I think all my life I've tried to look to fit in a certain crowd.
Have you gotten an estimate on what it would cost to have them removed?
Well, when I first checked into it, it was like 1984, and back then they didn't have the laser method. And they did skin grafting and skin abrasion, and the plastic surgeon at that point said he would not even touch me. It was so extensive. So I blew it off. And then when I heard about the laser method, I've checked into it, and I was hoping to call me guinea pig, because I wanted to be a research subject if that's what it took. And I got a form letter back from the hospital that it first came from, and it's like $200 per square inch to have it removed.
So you've got quite a few square inches.
Yeah.
Gary, is that about the price now?
Well, it depends on the way that the tattoo is removed, whether it's a small one that's cut out or laser.
Well, let's talk specifically about Lori. What do you figure Lori would cost?
It would be many thousands of dollars, regardless of the laser that's used to remove that.
Many thousands.
Many thousands.
You mean many as in the 5-figure thousands, or 6-figure thousands? How many many thousands?
It would be. Well, again, I'm not sure how large her tattoos are, but if you're
considering let's assume they're both arms, all sides, all the way up.
Probably at least $10,000.
And what they cost to put on?
My life? You know, that's the way I look at it, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes, because tattoos are cool for some people, but for me, they're not, you know? And I find my whole life limited. As a parent, I mean, as a productive member of society.
Going to the PTA.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right, I guess you could wear gloves. Oh, look at the, Danny's hard at work there with Janet. Wasn't that just blood I saw? What is that? Is that blood, Danny?
Yeah, there's a certain amount of bleeding involved.
Where I first touched the tattoo, or where I last touched it, it's bleeding a little, but you can see the outline's not bleeding, or the eyes where I first blacked it in, but there's a very little superficial bleeding. If the needles are sharp and it's done right, there's very little bleeding at all.
Okay. Eileen, you work in a conservative office. You cover your wrist. May we see your wrist? Just your wrist? Okay, take a shot of her wrist there, her right wrist. Hold it right there, the other side. Okay, it looks like you got yourself some permanent life jewelry there.
Yes.
But you don't want it.
I do want it.
You do want it. So how does it work in your office, in your conservative office?
It works perfectly well. Actually, most women tell me they wish they had the nerve to do it themselves.
Is that right? Is that right? Is Cher the inspiration for the new tattoo boom among women?
If she were, I'd probably be working out in a spa. No.
So what...
I also have this on my ankle.
Oh, I noticed. So
And
you
I
really
have some
do
others
save
in
on
things.
jewelry. You got your own ankle
I don't need
bracelet?
any bracelets.
That's
yes.
right. And you just did it because you thought it was cool?
Absolutely not. I've always wanted a tattoo. I waited until I was in my late 20s, until I was completely sober until I found someone that had been established in his business for several years. I didn't go into back alley or into someone who just popped up on the corner. And I wasn't drunk. I did not finish a bottle that day. It was something I planned, I always wanted, and I figured by this age, go for it.
Wow. All right. Wait, before we go away to commercial, two things. I want to remind you of Tony. We have some video. Don't show it now. When we come back from commercial, you see some video of Tony's tattoo on her belly. Now, Tony, do you, I forget, do you say your age?
No.
So you don't want me to say
I
it?
dare you to say it.
May I? I mean, I
Come
will.
on, say it.
She is 71 years old. You'll see Tony's tattoo. And little Kathy Simon, who does the travel for our guests, she asked of Pat, what happens if your body changes? What if you, for instance, were to lose 15 pounds, or with the tattoos, then...
They would change just a little bit, but I imagine it would have to be a tremendous amount of, weight to be lost. But I would love them no matter what. I started when I was 34 years old. I started really late, and it's been 9 years. And I wouldn't change it for the world.
But let's say that you're Tony's age. Let's say you're 71. What will your body look like?
What?
Beautiful it
Yeah.
would look.
It would just be, like you said,
with the
colorful.
body, with the
Yeah.
person,
Yeah.
and it's like all the things she learned in her life are still on her body. It lives with it. It's great.
Great. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll contemplate that. Tattoos and body piercing, is it fashion or is it freedom? We'll be right back. All right, we don't know where to begin. Lenny, do me a favor. I want to just quickly see some of the tattoos here. Jim Bob, give me Lenny here. Just stand. Come on, stand. Let's just quickly look. Okay, now what do you do? The Bad Girl Club. Oh, I like that one. Are you a bad girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, oh, look, he's got the full regalia, the pierced nipples now. Why? Why the nipples?
Well, I'm a tattoo artist and a piercer myself, so it's just kind of, for one thing, it's a form of advertising for me, but mostly it's just what I'm into.
But what happens, like, if you roll around in the bed and you get caught and snagged on something? I heard that has actually happened.
It's been 10 years that I've been pierced, and I haven't had anything caught on anything, so I don't worry about it. That's what everybody asks me, but it just doesn't happen.
Oh, that's not true.
Well, who says that? Oh, yes, go ahead, tell us.
Well, I met a man a number of years ago who was actually involved in, well, some intimate activity, and in the heat of passion, his partner actually pulled the ring right out.
That's true. Oh, thank you for that story, Phil. And your name, sir?
Tom.
Now, Tom, I understand that you have tattoos.
Yes, I do.
And are they your whole body?
About 75%.
Could you just show me one little peek? Oh, you got long sleeves. Do you wear long sleeves to hide them?
Yes, I do.
Are you embarrassed by them?
I guess so. I'm, a family man, and when I'd go to the beach, people would make a big deal out of them. And
what's this? Oh, look, he's listed his girlfriend's names. No. Oh, that Cuba, the Bahamas. I can't read them all. Alaska, the Aleutian Islands. So it's all your ports of call then.
Well, most of them. I got all of these done out in Manila in the Philippines by a Japanese lady.
All in one sitting?
No. I used to go across the street and get bombed on Singapore gin slings, and then I come back.
You're my kind of tattoo victim. I just want to quickly take a progress check in Connecticut, but Tom, you want to get them off, don't you?
No. At 72 years of age, what's the sense?
All right, okay. All right, now, Danny?
$200 an inch?
Yeah, it's about done here.
Danny, how you doing?
We're about finished with this tattoo. Janet's about done. It's a single needle black style tattoo, real fine line, detailed, on a dramatic vein.
Now, Danny, what would that cost if Janet was paying?
That's about an $80 tattoo.
So they're not very expensive to put on, Shotzi.
Well, it depends. I mean, large-scale tattooing can get quite expensive, $15,000 to $20,000 for a bodysuit over a period of time.
$15,000 to $20,000. What, for instance, is Pat's work worth?
About $15,000 at this point in time, yes.
Well, take a look at that. That's more expensive than a Chanel dress. Look at that.
There's some issues that keep coming up that I'd like to make a comment on. There are people like this young lady talking about her shame and her attitude toward her tattooing and being embarrassed, and she feels that her life was given up. I think there's a flip-flop issue that's being ignored here. It is not the tattooing that is at issue. It is the absolute pressure in this society for people to conform. And we reject every other kind of lifestyle. We force people to conform to this image that we have, the myth image of what Americans should be. That's the real issue at hand, I think, not the issue of people choosing to be tattooed, but the pressure that the society puts on a person who decides to be different.
But don't you think that there is some point... At some point, doesn't the person receiving the tattoo, when they go as far as Pat has, isn't she inviting
Absolutely,
the kind of
that is the nature of this
stares?
Society. Absolutely, it's the nature of this society.
But is it the nature of society, or is it the nature of the act?
On your face, people are going to be, they're trying to humiliate you or pointing you out as some sort of a freak. If you're black, you know, you're put off on the side. If you're
I don't think you
Hispanic,
can hardly compare
people are
those.
still making decisions on surface issues in this culture. We do not look at people as human beings, as complete human beings. They are what they present. Look at the malls, as a for instance. Everything is perfectly clean and sanitary. There are no issues being discussed, and people are not allowed to be what they want to be. This is supposed to be a society which worships individuality, but we crush individuality in this culture.
Okay, all right. I want to, we haven't spoken to Sean yet. Sean is you're a professional piercer and tattooist?
Yes.
And what have you pierced, Sean?
Pretty much lots of body parts, noses, ears, nipples, belly buttons.
Belly buttons?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, get a shot. Philip has a belly button. A little lower, a little lower. Let's see it, Philip. We didn't see it. There you go. There's Philip's little belly button. What happens if you get lint in that, Philip?
Take it out.
Listen, bad joke. Did you do Michael's tongue?
Yes, I pierced Michael's tongue.
Why did you do that to Michael?
I did it to Michael, yeah, because Michael wanted it.
Now, I know that many of the people who have tattoos were very reluctant to go on the air today with people who had their bodies pierced. Is there a division between the piercers and the tattooists?
Not that I'm aware of. I find that it's converging right now into body modification and instead of tattooing and piercing. And
well, I think it depends on the level. I mean, it's obvious that extensive piercing lends itself to a sexual subculture.
I see.
And there are other aspects of that sexual subculture, the S&M subculture, and it is directly related to that on a certain level. On other levels, it's simply decoration.
Well, Philip, is that how you got into it? I mean, you're into S&M, is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. No more questions in that area.
I find that's an old stereotype.
Tony, I haven't forgotten you, darling. Going back to the mainstream here, we're going to show the video of Tony's tattoo, but I must take a break. Stay with us. Who is she? Who? Jane Child. Jane Child. Jane Child, of course, best known for her nose tattoo. Come out. Hi.
Hi.
What do you do?
I'm a horticulturist.
A horticulturist, of course. And what motivated you?
When I was younger, I always wanted one. I got this little small one at first. And I had gone to they have conventions, tattoo conventions. You can go and meet other people with tattoos. And I had gone to one in Knoxville, Tennessee, and saw all the beautiful work. And I said, that's it, I'm getting a big one.
And are you married, or?
No, I'm single, but I've been dating the same man for 5 years.
And what's his name? And is he? What's wrong? Where is he? Lazy? Maybe you'll motivate him, get him off the. So does he have tattoos?
Yeah, he's got a couple.
Are you two going to get together and have little tat-tats?
Maybe someday, yeah.
And your parents, how did they feel?
My parents really accept it. It's Grandma that doesn't like it.
Oh, I wonder why.
It's pretty old-fashioned.
I looked at your hand. That's just jewelry. That's not. That's like nailed in or anything.
No,
oh,
it's
okay.
just a bracelet.
Okay. You two stand. This is the couple that tattoos together, stays together. Very, very nice. Now, who did? I guess it's this one. That's quite attractive there. Last uniform.
His work.
That's shots. What did it cost?
Well, you can't really put
Does he work
a
for the
price.
IRS?
There's no way that you could ever put a price on a work of art like that. This was my first tattoo that I got.
The little one.
And it took about 4 hours to do this piece. They're done in separate sessions. The outlining is done first, and then it's colored in.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a singer-musician.
Oh, what's your name?
We're in a group. I'm Melissa Kay.
And the group?
And this is Joe.
We haven't patented a name yet, trademarked it.
Maybe the Shotsies. What's this thing?
Well, it's a personal religious item.
Oh, okay. I don't want to get personal. All right, thank you. Now, you look so demure and so sort of white.
My name is Pam, and I'm a payroll manager for a men's clothing company. I can't show my tattoos in work. I would probably get fired. I have a very conservative boss. No one in work knows I have any.
Till now.
How are they going to react now?
Well, the show starts, it's at 9, right? I hope. And my working hours are 9 to 5, so we shall see if I hear anything.
Give us a call. It could be a civil rights action, though, if they try and get ready. Do you see the, you get both? You get the tiger on this side? Okay, and you got the eagle on the, and any others? Oh, this butterfly on the back.
I love them, and I think they're great, and I'd love to get more, and I really do.
We have actually, quickly show Eileen's tattoo. We referred to Eileen, she loves them. Don't we have a picture of your work? Oh, there it is. It's your breast. I see. See, I recognized it. All right, now let's go to Tony. Tony, at the beautiful age of 71, has one on her tummy. Let's see Tony's tummy. All right, there's Tony's a butterfly. How sweet, Tony. Now, when did you get that, Tony?
You know, Geraldo, it amazes me that nobody has spoken about the good thing about tattooing.
Oh, tell me the good thing.
Particularly in my case, my son was a cesarean, born by cesarean section. And naturally, 35 years ago, women were cut right down the middle. And we had terrible scars in my generation. And I know that I went to the south of France and the Italian Riviera, and all the women were running around in bikinis, and I was done up in an old-fashioned suit, and my husband said, my God, why didn't you guys buy a bikini? You'd look great in it. I said, not and show my ugly scar. And he said, well, they have scars. And I said, yes, they also have long hair under their arms, but I'm not going to do that. So anyway, when I got back home, I had a children's party. And I bought decals where the children put all over the place. And I put one on my forehead and one there. And I thought to myself, I should put one there so I could wear. So I called up somebody in Newport, Rhode Island, Bob Mott, who's a very famous
let's see it again as she talks.
Tattoo place.
Go ahead.
And I said, have you ever tattooed a scar? And I have one on my stomach, and I'd like to wear a bikini. And he said, no. He said, I have done sensitive places, a few penises and things like that, but not a scar. So I said, would you do it? He said, yes. So I went there, and with a cold bottle of champagne, and I stretched down, and they poured the champagne on me. It does hurt. And of course, it hurt a little bit because the scar tissue.
Are you happy you've done it?
Am I happy I did it? You can't believe how. Would I be happy I did it? Because now I can wear a bikini, and everybody says, oh, what a beautiful butterfly, you know. But you know the amazing thing, Geraldo,
Hurry, I gotta take a break.
In The Butterfly Secret, my book, not only did I have everybody write about older women and younger lovers, but most of the women thanked me in my generation for telling them about putting a tattoo on a scar so that they could, feel free about their bodies.
I forgot, do you have a younger lover also?
You know I do.
Does he have, does he have tattoos?
Well, no, not really. And I'm so afraid because I don't think you should ever tattoo with somebody's name, I love Tony, or I love Bob, because you never know what the future's going to be.
You never know, darling, you never know. We'll be right back.
In the next...
And sentenced to die for a murder you did not commit. Justice for all, no. Justice for some, yes. Next to Rome. Freak or fashion, our focus today. Now, Michael, you have agreed to actually put a nail through your tongue.
Hammer a nail through my tongue.
And you can do that right here on our stage?
I'm going to do it right here on this stage.
Okay. How many people want to see that? Okay, why don't you go get ready? You'll do it after the next commercial break. Okay. Yeah, go get ready. Yeah, don't do it until we come back. Are you getting more business than ever?
In terms of removing tattoos, yes, because as the number of people increases who would like to have tattoos. Also, there are an increased number of people who decide that the tattoo is out of style for them, for their particular lifestyle, and they want to have it removed.
Tell me exactly, as we use Pat as the example here, how would you remove, what would the laser actually do to this little one right here, say?
Well, there are two different kinds of lasers that are generally used
tell me briefly,
to remove tattoos. We have one tattoo called the carbon dioxide.
Does it burn the skin?
One of them burns the skin down, it peels into the skin, and the tattoo pigment lifts out. The other laser that's used, the ruby laser, sort of explodes the pigment under the skin without breaking the surface.
It pushes it down and out?
It explodes it to very tiny particles that then vanish.
Did you have that done? You have
No, I have eyeliner.
Oh, you have permanent eyeliner.
Yes.
I've heard about that. You mean, take a look right here.
I extend the
Wait,
ends.
take a close up. So, that's not makeup, that's...
I extend the ends, but my upper and lower lids, that line, I don't ever draw that on.
So, Shotzi, you can't tattoo the eyelash yet, can you?
Not the lash itself, but they do a that's done by placing dots in between the eyelashes.
Oh my goodness, look at that. So, but that would seem so dangerous to me to put a tattoo thing that close to your eye.
Well, you have to be careful. I mean, a professional tattooist.
One thing I should say about Pat. We mentioned Tony's young lover. Pat has just married someone 16 years younger. 19 years, and he's right here, another tattoo man. Yeah, stand up. All right, we got to take up. Yes, there it is. There it is. They have a match made in heaven, or in Shotzi's tattoo parlor, one or the other. We've got to take a break. When we come back, Michael's going to nail his tongue to the wall or something. All right, stay with us.
Now you can...
for promoting something, I don't think that we should show Michael putting a nail through his tongue. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I think if you want to see that, watch Mondo, New York or something. I've been thinking about it. It's too creepy. I'm sorry. Right, come on, stand up, Viola. Is that okay with you? I'm not going to show the guy getting the nail in his tongue. Is that all right with you?
It's scary.
It's too scary. Yeah, we want to do it. But anyway, I want to thank our various, find Michael, tell him to stop nailing. I want to thank all our various piercers and tattooists, Shotsies. If you're interested, don't do this at home. Go to a professional like Danny or Shotzi, and make sure you talk to your spouse and your mother and father about it. And remember, it's almost forever. Very expensive to have them removed. All right, thanks everybody for being here. Here's Michael back. He's all right. Okay, Mike. People are asking how you kiss. Okay, see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.